Would you actually date a woman and then potentially marry her if she were to do adult content?
Yeah. Okay. So I've answered this before quite a few times. I'm starting to actually think about changing my answer to this.
Should.
Previously, I said I'd be okay dating a girl who did OF so long as she's never done
With another
content
girl.
with other men.
Mm-hmm.
That was my previous answer. Although after some recent experiences with, do you guys see that feather? You see that little feather thing?
I did see that.
I'm starting, no offense to some of you guys here who do OnlyFans, but there's been a pattern of behavior from some of the OnlyFans girls we've had on the show, and you guys have been wonderful so far, but I think I just would not. I'm starting to lean towards, like, even if she's never done anything with a guy before on camera, I'm starting to lean towards I would not date a girl who has done OnlyFans, even if it was solo content. My previous answer was if she's done solo content and never done anything with a guy, that's fine.
You didn't provide the reasoning.
Yeah,
why
why
wouldn't
is
you?
But I
that?
think it's
What
situational.
changed?
Yeah.
Would
What
it not
changed?
be? Because a lot of OnlyFans girls are very rude. One, very, very entitled to.
Yep.
Very make so much money doing nothing that they have literally no sense of reality and just fucking rude and
Based.
hoe
Let's
as
fuck
fuck. And so, but
Yes.
like I know I'm not any of that at all, and I have an OnlyFans, and we've had
Yeah.
very good interactions.
Yeah.
So I think not trying to say like
You
I
try-
don't
you try- whoa.
I don't
Yo.
think you can
But what
pull
would be
all of
your
those women
reasoning?
together.
Yeah.
Well, you're done, Julia. I mean, you've done content with your now boyfriend, so it's
I know
over.
I'm out.
Oh,
It's
damn.
over.
I just had to make sure I was out. That was all.
It's
That's the only reason why I did it.
donezo for us, but
I was trying to friend zone you, Brian.
friend zones,
That's why I
good
did it.
times, good times.
do
Sorry.
you
So
think
what was
they're
the question though?
So what's your reasoning? She provided her reasoning, but what's yours?
What do you?
Why wouldn't you nowadays date an OF girl? What changed?
Yeah. So I mean, well, first off, just kind of to touch on my previous answer, there's obviously a spectrum, right? I mean, you can be on OnlyFans. There could be even no nudity. It could be like lingerie shit.
Correct.
So all the way to like fucking bad dragons. I don't know if you guys are like
Yeah.
bad dragons, just like
Yeah.
doing
Yes.
some like
Yes.
doing some like really kink related requests that might,
Okay.
you know, not that there's necessarily anything that I have anything against certain kinks, but like that's more than taking tasteful lingerie photos. But I think it just, I don't know. I've had some bad experiences recently with some OnlyFans girls, so it's left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I was here for some
not
of it.
romantic anything, but just like on this show.
Behavioral.
Behavioral.
Like, okay.
And I think that
Like unprofessional?
unprofessional and
It's a value thing. Their values
Yeah.
are very different.
it's a
I
little
think-
bit of a value
I
thing.
think that should
Yeah.
come down to the people though, and not that they're OF.
The
I
career.
kind of agree
Right.
with that. Yeah, I think
It's a
you.
values.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's some girls who are trust fund girls.
Correlation
They have that
doesn't
same
equate to
exact,
causation,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
And they
Sure.
haven't taken a picture, may even still be virgins.
I'm-
But
yeah, it's also a perception thing too. And
yeah, for sure.
I mean, what's become apparent to me is like, in the same way that women have a lot of options, and you know, you're going to pick the best option.
Correct.
As a guy, why, if you have options as a guy, why pick a girl who does OnlyFans versus a girl who doesn't? Because I don't think for most guys, OnlyFans is, it can be in neutral, but I don't think it's ever going to be like, oh, a girl has an OnlyFans, that's a pro. Now, perhaps the money you make from it might be, I think a lot of guys don't, if I can be honest, frankly, don't care about a woman's income.
I agree.
Most men
I
don't
agree
care.
about that,
Yeah.
but I disagree about the fact that they don't care if a girl is an OnlyFans. I dated this guy who was really about it. Like, he wanted to make content with me. I never made content with him,
Yeah.
but he wanted to make content
Well,
with
sure.
me.
There's definitely guys out there that certainly will and do date women who
No, like,
do
he promoted
OnlyFans.
it. He promoted it to me. Like, he's like, let's do this. Like, he was excited. Yeah.
Sure, but I mean,
that's also a low key way people try and get in. Like, hey, baby, you want to collab? And they have like one follower. Like,
well, it's just almost a question of optimizing, and I'm not trying to like this.
No, it's being logical.
It's just
For sure,
optimizing
yeah.
your potential partner. So in the same way, like everything being equal, would you rather date a guy who makes $100,000 or a guy who makes $1 million? Everything being equal, you're going to pick the guy that makes $1 million. Same way as, would you rather date a woman who doesn't have
But
OnlyFans, doesn't have her
unfortunately,
nudes?
Unfortunately, love and feelings are not logical, and it's not based off of
Sure.
a factual thing. But I will say that being somebody who does have an OnlyFans and being in a very healthy relationship, the pros of having an OnlyFans, I have become so much more in touch with my sexuality. Like, my boyfriend is beyond in heaven with sex, like, for sure.
He's
And
he's beyond in heaven.
Beyond in heaven with sex.
I also feel like it also too like makes you like more aware of other people's personal space and what people have like boundaries.
I'm
Like
Yeah.
you have to have that kind of communication
No one
with
cares.
somebody in order to like create content with others, and like you bring that to all your like relationships because you become like mentally aware of like so many things that people are comfortable
I don't
with.
necessarily
Yeah.
think you have to do OnlyFans to be aware of that, but I see what you mean. Like
But it
just
helps.
it helps, sure.
You definitely think about it, yeah.
You see a different side of people through OF that you wouldn't see otherwise. Like
I
I
mean,
have people who seem
yeah.
normal and they'll come into my chat and then they'll come to my OnlyFans and it's like, oh, so you're like this, all right.
But I will say that I have met a lot of OnlyFans girls, and I think you're like, if we were to group it and like think of on average, yeah, I would not, as a guy, I would not date the average stereotype of an OnlyFans girl. I would not either. However, I'm not most OnlyFans girls.
Yeah,
And
and
through
I
my
mean,
actions, it's very like loud and clear.
yeah, and I don't think
Yeah.
that every single, like, obviously there's some OF girls that are fucking hustlers that are like gonna play dudes, or they're gonna be, they might have certain dark triad personality traits. I don't think that's, you could be like a super cool, like even, low body count girl with a OnlyFans. I mean, there's some girls who claim virgin OnlyFans. I mean, it's sure. I'm sure it's the case,
The
but
first time I did put like the first time anyone had ever seen a nude photo of me was on OnlyFans.
But did you start
Fun
out
fact.
doing OnlyFans first, or did you do other things before you did OnlyFans?
The reason why I started it was because I needed to make enough money to move to Los Angeles.
But were you doing like content
Content,
before then?
music,
I
all
think
of
that
that,
makes a
yeah.
difference because like we're Twitch streamers and then we progress from doing Twitch to creating OnlyFans content because
Yeah.
the audience is there.
Exactly.
So it's
there,
kinda
like, why
different.
not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you start out like just
I already
being an
had the
OnlyFans
platform, so I was
exactly.
like, I need to monetize this and to be able to move and start the life that
right.
I want.
I think that's a little bit of
Exactly.
the difference when there's somebody who just does an OnlyFans and they're an OnlyFans girl.
Right. I'm not like, oh my god, I want to be on Pornhub. Like, I want to go. Like, that's my goal in life.
It's not like
you
a-
know, yeah.
not a dig at OnlyFans girls in general, but just like I think it's different when you're starting off being a content creator from a different platform and then transitioning.
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, I think the other thing too is that if you want to have children, there's a concern there.
I don't.
So I mean,
know.
if
Yeah.
I mean, look,
I mean,
if
have you
don't
seen the
wanna have kids-
meme about the girl saying like my kids can just cry in a Ferrari?
I,
Yeah,
yes.
it's- oh, yeah,
And I was like, bitch, like true, but like that's
Oh,
fucked
yeah, yeah.
up.
I mean, my
I had this whole conversation with my aunt. She's a private investigator. Well,
Oh, hold on just a sec.
Bender the Offender donated $99. The thing about some of girls is that they fail to consider that if they have a child, they think it will not impact that child.
I mean,
I don't think that's a fair take. No, we are aware that there's going to be consequences we'll have to face, but we will face those consequences once
I mean, as humans,
that will actually come to be.
as humans, we
but
would
it's
all
like-
make all kinds of
Exactly.
choices, good choices, bad choices,
Yeah.
everything like
Yeah.
that.
Everything
I
has
feel like
consequence. Yeah.
trying to say that because you're an OnlyFans person, that like that's going to be the one thing that your kid's just going to like be like, oh,
like
no.
hold on to. Yeah, no.
Like there could be abusive home or like all kinds of things that could be
Drugs,
so negative
alcohol,
in
yeah.
their life. Like I don't think like you could just
I think it's so funny though, like honestly, like how there's people who go out there and will sleep with like 10 people in one night, and then a girl will post like a nude photo on
That's
OnlyFans.
what I'm
That's
And I'm
such a
just
good
like,
point,
Listen,
yeah.
actually,
Yes.
you
Yes.
do things behind closed doors.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
at least this person is real and, can actually
and
stand
if you're
and
Yeah.
be
a good
who they
parent,
are
you're not
in front of
exposing your
anyone.
child to that. You're not like
But I still
sharing
wouldn't-
your social media with them and forcing them to look at your photos and everything like that. That's just
Exactly.
not
yeah,
going to
but
happen.
okay, men don't want either of those.
No,
is
but
the
I'm not,
thing.
I'm actually thinking.
No,
more
but
so
I know what
along-
you're saying,
I'm
like-
thinking about men, but I'm
No.
not saying in regards to what men want.
Well, I know what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
a girl who doesn't have OnlyFans, she could have like a sordid past, like super high body count, and like meet a new guy, and the guy might not be privy or aware of like how promiscuous she previously was, whereas like he might compare that girl to a girl who does OnlyFans who slept with one guy and be like, no, to the OnlyFans girls
Exactly, yeah.
versus the girl who's like slept with 100 men
Brian, let's
before
be
but doesn't
honest
have
though.
OnlyFans.
Like majority of your viewers will probably still value the girl who doesn't have OnlyFans as higher compared to a girl who has OnlyFans. Wouldn't you agree?
Wait,
I have a feeling that majority of your viewers most likely will still value the girl who doesn't have OnlyFans, but
has 100 body count?
high
But
body
what if
count.
she
Let's
doesn't
not
tell-
say
she doesn't
100.
care.
That's ridiculous.
I mean, I don't know because a
Compared
lot
to
of
a
these
girl who
viewers are
has it.
keeping a lot of these viewers are keeping my lights on. So
I mean, if the choice is between a girl who has a body count of 100 and doesn't have OnlyFans versus a girl who does have OnlyFans but she's been with one guy, that's shitty either way. But like, I think in that scenario, if those are the only two options I have, I think I'd prefer the girl with OnlyFans.
100%.
I mean,
I would prefer the
there's
girl
like
with
a
And
OnlyFans.
that's a select,
Honestly, you say so.
but again, that's a select amount of girls because majority of the girls, how they are on OnlyFans is what they are in real life, and they're not just choosing to be that girl with
Sure.
one guy.
Yeah.
But there
so-
are girls like that.
But I mean,
I think the difference between OnlyFans though and just like having sex is there's like, I'm gonna say like a high number, like 200,000 people that have seen your guys' like naked body, and maybe only like the girl who has
100
a
body
20,
counts?
yeah, 20 body count,
Yeah.
even like that's only 20 people.
But do you think there's
Well-
a difference between somebody seeing your naked body versus somebody having an experience?
Well, absolutely, there's a
Yeah.
difference, but it's
It's
still
like there, you know,
what's
there's actually
supposed to be
intimacy
sacred.
there.
Like what's
one
sacred
is one
between
is
you
a
two?
businesswoman and the other one is giving it out for free. That's how I see it.
well, yeah,
they're
but
both
also,
they're both bad. They're
also
both bad.
it's like
Mm.
when you
Well,
wear a
at least you're in your
swimsuit.
bag. I mean,
Bad-
There's
What do you
also a
base
lot
your
of girls on
morality off of?
OnlyFans.
What's that?
Sorry.
Hold on, one at a time. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
There's also a lot of girls on OnlyFans who don't like show certain parts of their body and are doing, but I
Correct.
get what you're saying completely. Again, it's just kind of like the whole like open relationship thing or whatever, like they're doing it for work. So it's really just a perception and a mindset thing. And if I was a man, honestly, I'd probably be Brian's views on it. Like I completely understand it. However, like I said, there's a select percentage of girls who are not actually the OnlyFans girl.
yeah, but also everyone has this mindset, like how you were saying, that all girls like do the same shit on OnlyFans or like they do porn. Like my homepage is not nude. It's mostly just like lingerie cosplay.
It's perception
Yeah.
though.
It's-
Like it's just
but it's a
perception.
perception. Yeah,
you
that's-
know?
that's what
if
it
you have an
is.
OnlyFans, people are going to just
Yeah.
assume what it
Assume
is.
you're just-
I mean, I think the other
Yeah.
reason why I think men can be hesitant when it comes to OnlyFans, you are to some degree deriving validation from somebody else. So, or you're receiving male attention from these dudes on OnlyFans, and that sort of like lessens the attention that your partner is going to give you. Like you're fulfilling your need for male attention and male validation through these other ways. So the attention that you get from your partner is kind of diminished to some degree. So I mean, there's
I
that.
disagree.
Makes sense.
I mean,
no.
in a
I
sense,
actually
but-
disagree with you, Brian, because
fine.
I think you are putting the same value when it comes to both types of validation. I think like sometimes we as humans, we probably weigh the validation from our parents, from our husbands, boyfriends higher than from strangers. Wouldn't you agree so? But you're saying they're on the same level, and because we receive so much attention from random men, that the attention that we get from our husband, boyfriend is going to be valued less. But again, it's the only reason you're saying this because you're weighing them on the same level. But I disagree with
Yeah,
that.
I
Well, it's
disagree
not. I don't
with
think
that
it's
as well.
on the same level necessarily, but it's on the scale somewhere. So, yeah, you know.
All
plus-
it does is make me more confident as a woman that I know like there's all these people out here who like find me attractive and would pay for my shit, but it doesn't diminish the value of someone who I'm actually interested in.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, I mean, I think my two big arguments would be is that when given two options, the girl with OnlyFans, all things being equal, is a better option. Men value sexual purity, men value innocence in women.
For sure.
Not all men.
Sure. Okay. Not all men, but
More of a-
generally speaking, men value sexual purity and innocence in women.
I feel like when it comes to like wifing them up, I think they do.
Isn't that what you guys want?
Yeah.
Well, I think that's
But
overgeneralization.
earlier
I
you said that women desire relationships more than men. So I mean, wifing someone up, isn't that
Well, cucks have wives.
cucks have wives?
What is it? Can you guys,
Well, that's
honestly,
being a
I don't know
cuck
what
is
the,
now.
I don't